What's up, YouTube? Whew, what a day. What a day, man. Oh, man, I am pooped. For one, I have not had any food. Let me tell y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all what this day was like, okay? This is why I'm gonna be coming outside. This is why I'm gonna be coming outside every day sometimes. Like, I used to be outside, like, every day, like, no matter what. And some days I'd be like, you know what, I'm just gonna do something else. So that's why like for the past few days I was doing my night, like the past week and change basically, was doing my nighttime content. Cause sometimes coming out during the day, I just be like, man, it'd be too many people trying to talk to me or want to do interviews and want to do this, want to do that. But anyway, just wanted to pop back on live because I know the last live ended abruptly. I don't know what's going on with YouTube where if the live cuts out and they just basically just ended it, I don't get to come back. It doesn't like bring the live back or whatever. So I don't know what the hell's going on with YouTube and why I'm doing that. But anyway, just wanted to pop back on because I know when we left, I believe Tone and Ileana was in the car. And so what's up, man? I see you. Oh, lordy. I tell you what, I love it and I love it. I ain't lying. Like, there's certain parts about it that's like whatever, but anyway. All right. So, so thinking like, okay, well, those was okay. They were decent. I mean, some are gonna be mad because I was really kind of grilling Tone about, just kind of cornering him about some of the stuff that we've heard about and things like that, right? So some of y'all are gonna feel away, but y'all know I don't care because y'all are gonna watch it anyway. Okay? What's up, MGO? What's going on? But man, this third interview, boy, oh boy. So the first two interviews that we did was at Gusto's. I took them to lunch and they was eating or whatever. And, so we went to Gusto's and I let them order what they want. And of course they had their sister with them and everything else. But whatever, all right? And, gave them a decent amount for their fee for their interview. Not like, oh my God, like not like last time, you know what I'm saying? But just decent, right? So I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? These interviews are okay. Right, so we left from Gusto's, and right when I was about to get out and pay him, because I was like, you know what, I don't even need this third interview. We pretty much hit everything I wanted to hit in the first two interviews, because I did them separately. Well, when I was about to pay, before I was about to pay, we was in the car. They kind of was arguing about what they was gonna do with the money. So I was like, okay, well, I came up with a solution that I felt like both of them will work with. But I knew that I need to go ahead and hit record while I was in the car because I knew that something just told me, go ahead and record this little part because it's going to add context to whatever may happen in the future. So lo and behold, they get to arguing while I'm doing the interview, the third interview with Ileana. And because, we're talking about Tone and how he's not working. And that pissed Tone off. And they got to arguing, and it was an argument. They was letting it out. So that's how the day ended up being. Yeah, let's just say, for y'all who was enjoying the drama earlier, y'all are gonna probably enjoy the third interview for sure. Okay, so kind of be on the lookout for that. Earlier in the day, I had two interviews. One of them was, okay. The other one was pretty good. It was pretty good, and believe it or not, it didn't involve any sexual assault. Look at Rico. Oh, what the hell? Why do I always run into Rico when I'm on live, man? I swear to God, boy, I always run into this man. Bro, what the hell? always run into you when I'm on live, man.
What the fuck you been at, man? What the fuck going on?
Hey, man, I'm on live, man.
Shout out. What the fuck going, y'all?
I just got on live, too, man.
Hey, man, folks ain't need to see me on now, man. They said I was talking too fast last time. I'm going to slow it down. Y'all really just listening slow.
Hey, you know I've been doing my nighttime interviews.
Oh, for real?
I've been out at like 2, 3 in the morning.
You gonna do one tonight?
Shit, I be out at the Bluff.
I don't give a damn, you know, I'm from the west side anyway.
Shit, like, you got my number, right?
No, I don't. I need to get them on.
All right, take my number down, man. Let's definitely do it.
What number is?
404?
Yeah.
484?
Lying, I'm gonna tell the truth.
You about to tell the truth?
Oh, gang, in front of, like, I ain't calling you whatever, but I'm talking about what the street said. Hold on. The girl just come and said it one more time.
404.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I got you.
Yep.
I'm finna call you right now. I'm gonna get that nigga in the car and we're gonna pull up on you.
Say less.
All right,
All right. Yeah, man, y'all be smooth. All right. Look at that. That young lady shaped like somebody that I know. I'm gonna see if y'all can guess who this young lady is shaped like. Who she reminded me of when I saw her walking by. So you see this young lady right here? Who does this young lady remind y'all of? All right, look at that. Who does she remind y'all of? All right. All right. Anyway. Okay. Okay. So South Park shouted? Nah. Oh, you be reading my lips, Copper? I mean, look, if you're a lip reader, then you're gonna be able to do it. You're gonna be able to get my number. It's all good. All right. If you call too much, I'll block you. Ain't no biggie. But okay. So anyway, so where's Polo? Polo, he's in Cincinnati. He's in Cincinnati. All right, brand new year thug. Hey man, shout out to you, Jonesboro. Shout it out. All right, but anyway, where was I? Oh, just talking about the crazy day I had. So, did a mid interview earlier. Then I did an interview with, I thought was just a fairly pretty light-skinned lady or whatever that was on crack. Well, no, turns out she's Griselda Blanco's niece, like her real niece, like for real. And you could tell, like, I could tell she was not lying. She wasn't high, like out of her mind, nothing like that. I could tell that she was telling the truth, and you'll be able to tell too, just based on her energy, her body language, and everything else. So that's awesome. If y'all don't know who Griselda Blanco is, she was basically the queen pin of cocaine in the 80s and maybe up to the mid 90s or so. I forget when she got caught or whatever, but she was a whole queen pin when it came to the dope game. So Griselda Blanco's niece is who I interviewed earlier today. So that was another wild one. Let me put my seatbelt on, because I know when Marion gets in the chat, I know Marion gonna be like, Marcus, put your seatbelt on. All right, sis, I got you. All right, but yeah, crazy day. So did that, and then I was on live, and y'all saw what happened on live with the young lady who I interviewed, and she was kind of going crazy. She was smacking herself upside the head and all that type of stuff or whatnot. So that was kind of wild. I just gave her $10 just off the strength. Hopefully she used it to go get some food or something like that, but who knows? Okay. So then that, and then of course, Tona Ileana was in the chat, right? And so one of the things that they admit on the interview is that, they basically what I said when they had ghosted me that other time, right? I was like, hey, look, they'll call me when they need me. We ain't gotta worry about that. Like, I already knew what time it was. Like, all right, well, if they feel away now, once things get like a little dicey or whatever, they'll call me and we'll do interviews and it'll be fine. And the truth is that some people may look at that and say, well, you're just taking advantage of people that really need it. Well, guess what? If they really need it, and this is the outlet where they can get a little bit of money in their pocket, isn't that better than them going out and robbing somebody or stealing somebody's stuff, or her going out and selling her body or anything like that? Isn't that better than that? Okay, so come on now. All right, Donna White, don't be spamming the chat. Where's your size? Where's your size? If you ain't been paying attention lately, just say that. But don't come in here. Where's your size at? We talk about your size almost every live that we do. Anybody in the chat could tell you where your size is, okay? All right, but don't come in here spamming the chat. All right. Can we see you with your black beard one day? Probably not. One, because I just don't care to do it. I think it would look silly. Like I don't have like long beard hair. I have like that kind of, almost slightly above 5 o'clock shadow level, right? So I keep my beard cut close. So if I were to color it, it would color my skin and I would look totally ridiculous. Have you ever seen those guys that have the Beijing? And what do we do to those guys? We all make fun of them. like they're the butt of the jokes. You know what I'm saying? Because, it's like, just let it go, bro. Let it go. Like if your hair's going gray, it is what it is, then rock with it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's where God wants you right now. God doesn't want you to have black hair. Maybe you would be a menace. If you was out here with black hair, you would be a menace. So God made you have gray hair to slow you down a little bit, give you a little wisdom. All right, and you sitting here coloring your hair, and then what happens? You end up looking like a complete fool. So, yeah, I don't think you'll ever get to see me with the black beard. All right. Regardless, still very nice looking. I appreciate that for sure. Why Marcus in jail? So Donna, is this not the same Donna? I guess not. So Donna, Josiah is in jail because he's in jail. He's accused. His charge is felony R word, and you could guess what the R word is. Felony R word and kidnapping. I promise you, I hope that that's not the case and that he didn't actually do it. I know sometimes these charges be trumped up. It was a Caucasian lady that he was hanging out with, and so, they tend to get the benefit of a doubt more so than not. So, that's what his situation is. Hopefully he gets it squared away, and but we won't even have an update that we can even give you until March of next year, because he was ordered to spend some time in a mental facility, and he's going to be in that mental facility at least until March of 2026. So they won't even take him up for consideration to leave the facility until March of next year. Okay, so that's the latest and greatest with Josiah. We pray for him. We hope the best for him. The last time I got to speak with him, he sounded great, sober, lucid. He sounded like he was just in his right mind. His girlfriend Ebony is a ride or die, so she's definitely taking care of him in certain ways, and so that's a great thing. One thing about it, people could say what they want about Ebony, and I'll be honest, she ain't my favorite person, but it's good to have somebody when you're in those situations, right? So he's locked up. It's easy to feel forgotten or to feel like nobody cares, but Ebony completely does not make him feel that way. She is there for him, good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. So, yep. All right. Let's see. Oh, you sent me a message? Okay, let me take a look. Because, I've been on this phone and I was doing interviews on my other phone. So, I get text messages in batches. Oh. Yes. 100% yes. Opinionated. The answer to your question is yes. Okay. Answer to your question is yes. Okay. What's the off energy between you and Ebony? Well, Ebony is young and disrespectful, right? So, you know how it is. Well, you may not know how it is, but I'm 42 years old. Ebony is like 23 or 24. And she talks to me as though I'm like a peer, but I'm not a peer, right? I'm in her parents' generation. And, I just, I allow it because I have an end goal in mind. But if we didn't have Josiah as someone that we share in common, then I just wouldn't deal with her at all, because I don't talk to people that like to turn up or like to speak to me certain ways or say certain things. I just don't even deal with it, right? So that's one of the things. And the other thing is that, you know, I like people that I could have real talk with, and she's not that type of person, right? So if I ask her a real question, like, hey, you know, real talk, like, if you're from a good background and everything else, what is it about Josiah other than the physical stuff that attracts you to him? Well, she doesn't want to respond to that. And I get it. If we're not doing an interview and she doesn't want to respond to whatever. But for me, I just want to know, like, what's the draw? Like, what's your end goal here? What's your end goal? You want to be a happy forever after family or whatever? Like, what's the deal? And do your parents know about this? Mainly, the reason for me asking about that stuff is because I have daughters. And just to keep it a buck, if my daughter was dating like a Josiah, I would have a problem with that. A major problem. So especially if I like sacrificed and did all this stuff to make sure she had a good life, and that I could afford her a good life and good experiences and everything else. And if she took that life that I gave her and chose just like chose a Josiah, it's like, all right, what the hell? But anyway, okay. Let's see. Sure is a good thing to have some in your corner. Says, thank you, Mr. Marcus. Hello, King. Hey, chat. What up, Just Krista? Appears being wiser than a youngster. Why you definitely need much respect. Yep, man. Forget Josiah. Where's little bro Chris? Chris is doing good. Chris is, you know, the crazy thing is I just got done with Tone and Ileana. And Tone was like, man, what happened to Chris? I heard he died. I was like, man, these people in the streets just say anything. They just say anything. Like, Chris is not even close to being dead. In fact, he's probably more alive now than ever before. He's doing well. He's in the house. If you haven't watched those updates, they're on my channel. Go find them. They're not far. You don't have to scroll too far to find them. But Chris is doing good. So, you know, shout out to my bro, man. He's doing good. I can't believe Josiah did that. I did not say Josiah did that. So please don't start that. That's what he's being accused of. But we all know that sometimes you get accused of things that you don't do. I can tell you that for 100% fact. All right. Marcus, am I coming to New York City anytime soon? The very next place that I'm going to go is North Carolina. I'm already kind of planning that trip, planning where I'm going, in what order and everything else. NYC, we might be looking at October or something like that, right? So we'll see. Hello, welcome to the live, everyone. Please thumbs up. Appreciate that, Just Krista. Hey, do you offer advice on how to get a shelter in Atlanta and surrounding area to people you interview, your viewers? Emergency numbers aren't going to list all the opinions. No, that's not my job. That's not my job. I tell people unapologetically, I am not Mr. Everybody. I am not Mr. Everything. My job, what I do is I interview people and their story gets out there via my platform. That's my job. If I can help on the back end, if I can give advice, if I can do this and do that, that's my prerogative whether or not I want to do it. But that is not the mission. The mission is not, let's get out here, meet people and help them. No, the help, I believe, is in the conversation. The help is in the awareness. The help is, I do an interview with you, and if somebody like an MGO, shout out to MGO, sees the interview, ingratiates herself with the story resonates with her, and she goes above and beyond to help, because guess what? She has a nonprofit, and guess what the job of that nonprofit is to do? Is to help. So when people ask me, like, do you help? Do you do this, do that? No. There's whole organizations that receive funds from the government to help. And if they want to, they can subscribe to my channel and they can find a whole lot of people that they can help. But if I'm spending my time going through the footwork of helping somebody, that's time and energy and resources that I'm not spending getting other people's stories out there. So just to let you know, the answer to that, no. Okay? Why are you talking about sex in all your interviews? Because I want to, because I'm grown, because that's what people want to talk about. That's what people want to hear about, because sex sells. That's why. And because sex has a major impact on our lives, whether it's sexual assault or whether it's who you decide to sleep with and how that kind of illuminates your thought process or how you may view yourself. So there's a lot of things that sex kind of gives you an idea on, whether it be trauma, whether it be your decision making skills and abilities, any of that stuff. Okay? And brother Jesus Torres, Jesus, whatever your name is, however you pronounce it, you're free to leave if you don't like the content. All right? Simple as that. Please tell me again what's up. No, I'm not going to regurgitate the stuff about Josiah's. Just hit the replay on this live and you'll hear it, okay? That's what a lot of us said also. My child didn't bring home no Josiah's. Have you spoke to the legless woman? Yeah, nah. Listen, I actually was on a panel yesterday and she was up on the panel. I'm going to tell you something, man. I am a type of person, man, that I have a lot of patience for people. And I tend to try to take the higher road. But I'm going to tell you, that is a disgusting person. And I'm not going to speak her name again. And you may not ever hear me like even talk about her again ever. Because when people talk about people's kids, you don't even know the can of worms that you're opening up. Or should I say the can of maggots? The can of maggots that you're potentially opening up by being a disgusting individual and talking about people's kids. Okay? There's no place in society for that. And you try to see, I try to understand and realize, like, hey, that person already at this moment is currently living in hell on earth. And so I try to not add to people's hellish situation. Like, you're already living in hell. You're already miserable. You already don't have any friends. You already, just don't have anything. And so I try to give people grace. But when people repeatedly and unapologetically talk about kids, especially in a sexual manner, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Okay, so, no, I haven't spoken directly to that person. But I'm gonna tell you, I have no interest in ever speaking to that person again. The person whose panels I was on lives in New Orleans, and I was in New Orleans a couple months ago. There was an offer made to me. There was an offer made to me when I was in New Orleans. Should I even say this? I'll leave it at that. Okay, I'll leave it at that. But safe to say that the person in New Orleans, they didn't want to come out and meet me. They didn't want to come meet me in person. Because, it's easy to shout online and talk all this shit. And shout and scream and say what you're gonna do and all this stuff. But shit get real in the field. Shit get real in the field. So when you say disgusting things online about people's kids, I pray for you. I pray for you. Because the truth is that a lot of people are not gonna exhibit the patience that I exhibit. Because if I wasn't a patient person, if I wasn't somebody that was focused on my goals and the things that God has for me and focused on all the blessings that I'm currently living in, like my current awesome life, okay? if I wasn't focused on that stuff, if I was the type to get easily distracted, you don't even know how, when you do things and say things that are outrageous, like I say, about kids and things like that, especially when you talk under their clothes. I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Street people do not like that shit. Like the real street guys, like for real, they hate that. Especially if they were a victim of that type of trauma in their life. And so when you have people that you love, when you have a quote unquote wife, when you have a quote unquote daughter, stepdaughter, whatever it is, you can't sit here and tell me that you love them if your actions are potentially putting them in harm's way. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for both of y'all. I'm gonna pray for both of y'all, because thank God that I am focused on the blessings that God has in my life and how he just completely is blessing me. And I'm not here to bring any negativity or indulge in any negative bullshit or any of that stuff. Like, I'm focused. Thank God that I am. Thank God that I am. Okay, so, listen. If I was you, I would just stop talking about people's kids, because you never know when you're going to get the right one. You're going to get the right one. And it's going to become a bad day for you. A bad day. That's just not smart. Especially, like I say, it's bad enough if you're just a single guy and you only have you to worry about. But it's even more egregious when you have a wife, you have kids, you have things like that. And again, listen, I ain't no thug, I ain't no gangster, I ain't no tough guy. But I know some tough guys. I do. I know a few. And they love me. They love me. So like I say, I would just take it easy on that stuff, man. It's just not smart. It's just not smart. All right. So anyway, so you say Ileana didn't ask one time about her son Divine. I asked her about that on the interview. So I dug into that question on the interview that you guys will eventually see. What time is it? It's 5:30, so we'll see. I've been out all day. I ain't ate. Like I was up late last night, so I ate I had like a ribeye steak. And so when I woke up this morning, I wasn't hungry, you know what I'm saying? And I woke up later than what I wanted to, so I immediately jumped up, brushed my teeth, washed my face, and got out the house. And so am I allowed to tell y'all something that's halfway disgusting? Like, if y'all don't want to hear the disgusting stuff, then I won't tell it. But put a D in the chat if you don't mind hearing my disgusting part of my story. Okay, put a D in the chat, all right? Do I talk to the Chicago killer? I haven't seen him in about, it feels like almost a year. I'm sure it hasn't been that long. But I haven't seen him in probably about 9 months. So hopefully he's doing okay. Okay, so D, okay. Y'all don't mind hearing my disgusting stories. Okay. So I ate the ribeye last night. It was maybe like 2 or 3 in the morning. So I woke up. My sleep pattern has just been all off, right? So I woke up. I was hungry. So I made, I had a ribeye. It was already seasoned. So I just threw it on the pan and ate it, right? And so, okay, cool. So, and I went to sleep shortly thereafter. Now, normally in the morning time, I ain't gonna sit here and cap. In the morning time, that's when I take my ish, right? Wake up. It's kind of one of the first things I do, right? Because whatever I ate that day is settled and ready to come on out. Well, I was kind of in a rush and I woke up late. So I was like, all right, well, let me get out the house. And I went to Crossroads and didn't really, nothing really, I didn't see anything that looked like it was gonna be a good interview. So I was like, let me go to the Bluff, right? So I went to the Bluff. and I was already in work mode, right? So as soon as I seen a potential interview, jumped out, got him to do the interview, decent interview, right? Okay, boom. Then I went up to go get my car washed up there, Ozone, right? That's the name of the street. So when I got my car washed and did another interview, that's when I did the interview with Griselda Blanco's niece, right? So I'm like, okay, this is a little lit ass day so far, right? So I'm walking down Lowry because I'm like, the car's getting washed. I'm walking down Lowry. And I'm like, let me see if I can catch 1 or 2 more interviews before they done with my car. Soon as I start walking, here go my stomach. So I'm like, okay. Maybe I can just walk it off. I walk for a little bit and, it'll kind of fall back and I'll be okay. Man, when I tell you every step I took, I'm like, oh, this is bad. I'm starting to look around to see what tree I can go by or something like that, right? I'm like, okay, this ain't one of them times I can kind of walk it off and it'll somewhat go away for a little bit. Like, no, this is like knocking on the door, like, let me out, right? So I'm legit looking for a tree or something I can go behind. But again, I'm on Lowry. So if you know anything about that part of Lowry, it's a bunch of dope houses. So I walk by this dope house and it's a dude outside on the porch, an old guy, right? He outside on the porch and he see me and I'm holding my stomach walking and I'm like, man, look, bro, look, can I just pay you $3 to go in there and do what I gotta do real quick? But not, he's like, let me check real quick. So he went and checked with whoever run the house is. He went and checked with him. He was like, come on. Man, them folk took me to the bathroom and I done been in plenty dope houses, but these dope houses in Atlanta, they're like, I didn't realize how big the house was. Like when you walk by these houses, they just look like, just like a regular house. When you get up inside and you like, damn, this is like a whole apartment. So it was at least 6 different units on the first level. And then I'm sure there was 6 units on top because there was an upstairs. So it was 12 units in the house, right? So I'm like, damn. And it was a bathroom at the back, right? So I guess the units have to share a bathroom or whatever. So yeah, that's what I was doing this morning. Yeah, I was smoky. I had to take one. Thank God that the dude in the dope house was like, all right, come on, it's all good. And so I had to take an issue in the dope house earlier this morning because I left out the house without taking my normal dump, right? So yeah, that was the kind of disgusting thing. And thank God they had tissue and all that stuff, right? So, but man, I was like, boy, I tell you what, people don't even know, like, the things that I have to do sometimes to get this content, right? I'm talking about, I'm all up through the dope house, right? I'm like, and if you ever been in a dope house, you know that crack smell mixed with like feet and dirty clothes. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what it smelled like, all right? So yeah, that was like my little adventure today. But believe it or not, stuff like that happens often enough. Now, not to where I'm like having to take a shit, but just different stuff to where you be like, damn, this motherfucker always got something going on. So yeah, that was my little story. All right. Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, all right? You just gotta do what you gotta do. All right, y'all, I'm at my favorite spot, Artist Garden. So I'm gonna grab me a juice. I don't know why I be coming in here. I must think I'm rich or something. All right, I think I'm gonna grab one of these shots too. But we'll see. What's going on, brother? All right, so let's see. Do I want a juice or a smoothie? I think I'm gonna get a, oh, what's this? Tropical sea moss? I'm gonna definitely have to get some of that. The beet juice been I don't know what they're using in their apple juice, if they're like their apple juice is like kind of got whatever the the stuff is. Hey, how you doing? Has got like the pesticides and all that stuff in it. I don't know, but I've been laying off their beet juice, and I just make my beet juice at home now. All right, I'm doing great, man. How about you? All right, let me see what I got on here if I can get something free. Let's see. Wow, I got a free one, y'all. Yeah, I will. Hey, appreciate you. All right. All right. All right. See, got me a free smoothie. All right, let's go. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what. Today is a winning ass day. I ain't gonna lie. Today is a winning ass day. What part of ATL is this? It's Midtown. I'm in Midtown right now. So like, I'm gonna show y'all. That's Piedmont Park. Well, y'all probably can't see it, but matter of fact, I'll ride by it. Definitely. We'll ride by it. I'll show you. It's Piedmont Park. $3? Nah. This was probably $4 or $5, or whatever. But yeah, this is Arden's garden. So Arden is a white lady, but you know, I rock with her, okay? Because I love Arden's garden. Like, it's one of my favorite places, if not my favorite place. Just period. Like, I'm a juicer. I'm a big juice guy, and so I love it, man. I love Arden's garden. So much better than almost any smoothie place. They're affordable, so they're not like overcharging and stuff like that. All right, hold on real quick. See if I can tighten that up for y'all. All right, weather thick streetwalkers with the heavy buns. They used to be on Fulton Industrial Boulevard, but they done shut FIB down. So now you just got to find them in like the little pockets. I'm sure that there is probably a strip or a stroll somewhere that I don't know about. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on these days is you got to find them in the pockets. And then, you know, when it comes down to it, the ones that's not on drugs or that are not like seriously on drugs tend to do it online, right? So like, for instance, when I go to Texas or other places, they have like dedicated strolls where you know that they're streetwalkers walking up and down the street. Like, they're not like, you don't have to guess about it. They have on lingerie, right? They're walking around in clothes where it's completely obvious. So this is Piedmont Park, y'all. So it's like, you know, pretty much like the biggest, kind of most popular park in Atlanta. In the whole city. This is the biggest. This is where they have the most events, where they do the most stuff. On any given weekend, you come out here, it's gonna be tons of people doing tons of things. I was supposed to be doing my Atlanta street dating out here, but I just didn't. All right, so I'm about to hit this U-turn real quick because I don't want to ride through the neighborhood. All right. You said I fell asleep in the dope house last night? Y'all just be saying anything. I wanted to smash Skrilla from Houston. You could have. Just go. Just go. You could have smashed her for probably 60 to 80 bucks. Okay? Like, so I talked to Pull Up and Chat. By the way. Okay? So I don't know if I told y'all that. But me and him had like a good hour-long conversation on the phone last week. And he is definitely going to be revamping his channel, but YouTube was messing with him, man. Ooh, that was so good. I think I might have to go get another one. Like, man, listen. That was so good just now. Yeah, I think I'm about to circle around. Cause I mean, this one was free. Well, I ain't gonna say it was free. It was no cost to me. Okay, it was no cost to me. So, that is so good. Damn, that's good. So it's called a tropical sea moss smoothie, I guess. Not supposed to come this way. Yeah, white lady, you don't get to come a way that you're not supposed to come and look at people crazy. You folk really think they like got some type of privilege. I'm gonna tell you, in Atlanta, you don't have white privilege in Atlanta. This is our city. Like, we don't give a fuck about what you talking about. It's black privilege in Atlanta, all right? Anyway, shout out to all my white folks, all right? Bro, you got that one for free. Take the W. Last time I viewed video was with the young guy. Can't remember his name. Had light brown eyes. Yeah, you talking about Josiah. Shout out to King Joe. I ain't get got. This is just delicious. This is absolutely delicious. But yeah, about pull up and chat. So he actually did start a new channel. He wanted to get it going. So, but it was having a hard time taking off for whatever reason. So, and he didn't tell me about it, because had he told me about it, it would have taken off. But anyway, long story short, he changed the channel because he created a new channel. He changed the name of it to like pull up and chat revamped or something like that. Basically where like the pull up and chat name was in it still. And YouTube snatched that ish quicker than you could say what the hell. So they snatched his new channel just recently because it had the old channel's name in it. So he's gonna create, I think he actually last weekend or this past, I don't know if, I think it might have been this past weekend. I think this past weekend he was out getting content. So hopefully y'all will get to see something, and you know, I'll shoot him a text to remind him like, dude, send me the link to your channel whenever you create it. So hopefully he gets that done soon enough, and we'll have that content. Y'all will be able to kind of, you know, you'll be able to see it, and hopefully he gets back popping in the algorithm, because he was the king of it last year. Last summer he was the king of street interviews. Absolutely. So I want to see him do his thing again. All right, yeah, that's it. Pretty good, Marcus is wild, real and uncut. Yep. Why you be all right? So Moneybag Tim, you can get the hell on. That's what you can do. Okay. All right. You ignore my question about tone. Nothing to cuss you out. What'd you ask about tone, Copper? I can't look at everything. Like you see me looking up from the screen. That means I'm not looking at everything. Hey, Marcus, hope you're keeping cool out there in the streets. I'm cool in my Jeep. All right. Let me see, Copper. Let me see if I can go back to see what your question is. Because, Copper, ain't nobody ignoring you. All right? Now, you should be one. You go to Bronx Day in Atlanta? No, I didn't. But that's not the question you had. Are we going to get more Marcus IRL? I'm so sorry about Marcus IRL, guys. All right, I'm going to keep it a bean with y'all. Y'all want me to keep it a bean? Because one of the things that I do on my lives is I try to be as real with y'all as possible. Okay? So I'm gonna keep it a buck, okay? So I don't know, should I? Whatever. Okay. Right now, we're still in the middle of trying to figure out exactly where the kids are gonna be staying, even though the kids are gonna be going to school right up the street from my house. And the reason why is because, just to keep it a buck, that's going to mean that financially there's not the whole child support thing or whatever, right? And so, anytime income is up for being lost or not having it anymore, that may present a challenge to where the person may feel like, well, I don't want to lose this income or whatever. So I've just been in a place to where I don't like to put inauthentic content on YouTube. The channel is called Marcus in Real Life, and I don't want to be on there just like, oh yeah, everything's good. Everything's good with me and the kids, of course, right? And I could have continued to make that content, but the truth is that some of our discussions would bleed into some of the stuff that we're talking about, right? With where they're going to be staying, or this, or third, or whatever. And I just didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to deal with putting that on YouTube, or even like faking it, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that. I just didn't want to deal with. I wanted the situation to be resolved before I went ahead and talked about it, and it's nearing its point of being resolved because school is starting. School is starting what, not next week but the week after. So it is what it is. Like me and their mom, we co-parent. We do what we need to do. We both love our kids immensely, without a doubt. But that's kind of a point of contention right now, is that whole transition. And what the results are going to be as far as her situation and everything else. And it's just not something, like I said, that I wanted to discuss or talk about a whole lot just on YouTube, right? But I'll talk about it on my live because I share myself on my lives, right? So that's what's going on. I have 2 kids, 2 daughters. Okay, they're 14 and 16 years old, and I just, even they was asking like, "Come on, when are we gonna make more content? We're gonna make more content." And the truth is I have an episode right now that I could drop. Like, we went to Six Flags before I left to go to Jamaica. We ran into Montez and everything. So, I have stuff that I can drop. I just honestly, I just didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want it to come up in any shape, fashion, or form. And so I just said, I'll just table it for right now, and we'll pick it back up when the school year starts. All right? That's 90% of it. 10% of it is I was just tired. I'm tired. I'm burnt out. I do all the editing for all my channels, and I just say, you know what? Something has to come off my plate for a little bit because school had ended, so I didn't have to wake up in the morning and get them here, get them there, do all this stuff or whatever. So with me having that break, I was like, let me just take a break from it all. I'm just gonna take a break. I'm just gonna take a break. I'm not gonna pressure myself this summer. I'm not gonna put myself under unnecessary stress. That's what I decided to do. So that's why we haven't seen the Marcus IRL. Okay. All right. All right. Is Montez okay? Yeah, he's okay, man. He was going through some stuff. He was going through some stuff even deeper than what y'all know. I don't know if he put it on his page, but he was going through some stuff, and I was able to help talk him through some of it. So I haven't heard from him in a while, though, in at least a month or so. So I hope he's doing okay. All right, pour all you can into your daughters. They will not. Yeah, I do. And, listen, my daughters, for the most part, like especially during the summertime, they're with me half, if not more than half the time. So it's not an issue about like custody or this or that or third, but it is an issue about the logistics of where they're going to be living once school starts. And the obvious answer is my house because it relieves everybody. Nobody has to get up in the morning, take anybody anywhere, do anything. They're going to get up, get dressed, get on the bus, or they could walk to school, right? I live within walking distance to the high school. They could walk to school. So, there shouldn't be this kind of issue. But again, I'm just going to be patient, allow things to work itself out. God got my back. Everything's going to be fine. Okay? All right. So that's why I just decided to just kind of relax. All right? Yeah, Mookie and Kens want their coins. That's why they worried about it. Okay. Marcus, everything is for the internet, so you did right. Yep. That's what I'm knowing. That's what I'm knowing. So, I felt like I made a good decision. Like I say, I didn't want to stress myself out. Aside from the stress of just kind of having to make sure that I don't include that part of our discussions into the content, I also just was tired of just shooting, editing, filming. We're having an organic moment. We're having fun. And then in my head, I'm like, oh, we got to record this. Let me take out the camera. I was just like, I don't feel like that. It'd be one thing if we had a dedicated cameraman. But with me being a cameraman, and it's like I'm also trying to enjoy my kids, like I don't want that we're all laughing, having fun, joking, clowning around, whatever. And then I kind of ruin it by taking the phone out. It kind of, it just takes away from the organic nature of the moment. And so there were times when it would have been really good footage and stuff like that, but I just decided not to. So, is what it is. All right. I'm about to definitely get another one of these. That is ridiculously good. That is so good. I'm definitely getting another one. Like, stop playing with me. Come on now. Ooh. Oh, man. I might get 2 more of those. it's just tasty. All right. Big Chad. You know when they be saying Chad on the internet in the manosphere, you know what they be referring to? Huh? So when they talk about Chad, they're talking about the guy that gets all the girls. So like especially when they're referring to Chad, so they have two monikers for him. They got Chad and Tyrone. Tyrone is the black guy. Chad is obviously the white guy, right? Right. They be like, oh, they messing with Tyrone, right? You getting your Chad on, brother. I see you working right here, my boy. I see you, and he like, chill. You ain't on camera. You on the camera's on me. Just. Oh, they camera. Okay. My bad, man. My bad. Look, we ain't gotta say nothing. But what's understood don't have to be explained. All right. Hey, man. Proud of you, young brother. Okay.
So what, you got another one?
It was so good.
Yeah, they are good. Yeah.
I was like, this is good as hell. So yeah, I literally killed like three quarters of it in the first sip.
Yeah.
Got to get another one. So, but anyway, man, yeah, I see you putting in your work, man. You go to Midtown or whatever. You do? What grade you in?
I'm a senior.
Senior? My daughters go to Midtown.
What grade do you work at?
They're gonna be a junior and a freshman.
What's the junior's name?
So. To work here.
Really? Like
Yeah.
recently?
Yeah. Well, it was at the beginning of the summer. So she put in the application for here and they denied her.
Or if she put it in now, she'd probably get it.
Huh. Because what age do you have to be to work here? Do you know?
It's 16, but it's just back then we didn't really had a lot.
No, but that's what it was. She was 15 at the time. She just turned 16 like a week ago. So if she puts in the application now, she may get it. And this may be a good after school job too.
Yeah, I worked here
And
after school last year.
okay, and then I get an employee discount. See, I'm just thinking strategically. Hey, you too, bro. All right, look at that. That's little bro now. That's little bro. Okay, all righty. A cool little fella. Sound like an old Tupac. How do y'all know that I'm not Tupac? How you know that this whole time? What if this whole time this dude think I'm about to not go? Like, dude, if you in my way, I'm just gonna run you over. Okay? I suggest you don't be in my way, cause sometimes I don't be knowing. Okay, y'all didn't see it, but trust me, you'd be laughing if you did. Anyway, how do y'all know that I'm not Tupac? Huh? What? What if I just start talking like Tupac real quick? Yay. Well, no. Dear mama. What if this whole time Marcus was Tupac? All right? Plot twist. Okay? I've been Tupac this whole time. I'm alive. Okay. I'm just talking shit, y'all. Okay. You put most of your time in already open. You got this. Do you think Atlanta's still a good place to move? No. Don't come here. We're full. Little homie finna slide you those off the menu flavors. Like, okay, Copper is running thin. Did I get to Copper's question? Unfortunately, people do their best. Not everyone has reliable parents to even be dropped off at. You got more strength to. Okay, I think y'all talking about something else. He would be in his 50s. How you know I'm not in my 50s? Everybody say I'm in my 50s. Right? Everybody says I'm in my 50s. And I ain't gonna lie to you. When I was younger, a lot of people used to say, you like Tupac. Because at one point I had a bald head, right? At one point, I rocked the baldy when I was in my 20s. So you can imagine, a little bit thinner face. You know what I'm saying? The thick eyebrows or whatever. People used to be like, you like Tupac. So I used to get it all the time. Put on a bandana so we could guess. Right. If I go get a bandana right now, y'all gonna be like, oh my God. He wasn't lying. He's Tupac, y'all. No, me and Tupac got different shaped heads. But a lot of people used to say that. I think it's because of the, somewhat, I ain't gonna say I don't have thick eyebrows, but somewhat thicker eyebrows. And the lashes, the eyelashes, right? So in my eyelashes, when I was in my 20s, man, them joints used to curl, man. Them joints used to be like lashes, like how these women be walking around here with their lashes. That's how my lashes were in their 20s. I think they've kind of come down and maybe straightened out a little bit. But my joints used to be on some real, like, that boy got lashes type stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, people used to see me, and this would be like, I'd be out of town, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, I used to have a job where I used to travel a lot. I'd be just completely somewhere, just in a whole different part of the country, and people were randomly talking about, you like Tupac? So, I don't know. Anyway, no, Atlanta is not good. We full. Yeah, we are definitely full. Tupac will be in his 50s. Tupac back. We need more Shay. Team Shay. Shay people must be on here or something. Why y'all spamming the chat about Shay? Oh, it's just one person. Lil OJ5. Listen, Shay is, from what I understand, Shay's doing well enough. Shay's got his own place. He's off the streets. So, I mean, I would have to see him to really talk to him to know 100% what's going on. But shout out to Shay. I think he's doing good. Tupac is in Mexico. That don't look like Mexico. Well, it was a part of Atlanta they used to call Little Mexico. Okay, that was Kirkwood. That was Zone 6. They used to call that Little Mexico. All right, so I'm just saying, and I'm from the east side, which is literally right next to Zone 6. Like, technically, Zone 6 is part of the east side, but, we don't call, like, Zone 6 is Atlanta. The east side is not Atlanta. It's Decatur. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say the east side is Zone 6, but really, if you ask somebody from Kirkwood or from Zone 6 where they from, they're not going to say I'm from the east side. They're going to say I'm from Kirkwood, I'm from Zone 6. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Or they'll say East Atlanta. But they're not going to say the east side. So that's two totally different. I ain't going to say totally different things, but if you're from Atlanta, you know. All right? If you're from Atlanta, you know. His freestyle is called Homeless Jesus. I don't know what y'all talking about on here. All right, let's see. How is Atlanta full? I'm just one black man. We full, okay? Stay your ass where you at, all right? Do not come, okay? Like, if you come, let me tell you something. If you come, bring your money. That's the only way we inviting you. Bring your wallet and your paycheck, because it's gonna cost you. It's gonna cost hella money. All right, if you're not from here, you ain't got family here, you ain't got no family house you could go to, you ain't got a cousin or something you could do this and that, it's gonna cost you hella money to move here. This ain't no joke. Atlanta used to be a place you can come to that was a little bit more affordable, but you can still have like big city vibes and small town vibes. Now, you can get some small town vibes, but you still gonna be paying city prices. I promise you that. This shit is not gravy no more. This is not a place you can move to and kind of, come up and stuff like that. Like, no, you better be up. You better be up when you get here. Okay, so let me see the question that I missed, the Copper's question. Copper question was about Dominique. Update on Shay. Okay, Lil J5, please stop spamming the chat about Shay. We get it. You want to see Shay? Got you. All right. I look like Beetlejuice. Oh no, he's gonna appear. Yeah, I was thinking. Let's see. The same thing about Shay and Alan Marie. Which Alan Marie, she can spam the chat. Lil J05, you cannot. Alan Marie Wallace can spam the chat. So if she want to ask about Shay 10 times, she can ask about Shay 10 times. Whoever you are, Lil J5, you ain't put in that type of work. I don't know you. Don't spam the chat. All right, come on, Marcus, you're young. I am young. I just like to play on what people say, right? Eyebrows and head shape. Doesn't matter, you still fine. I definitely appreciate that. Toya too real. Women be jealous of our lashes. Right, because some of us guys be having some lashes. I'm moving to Atlanta just because of that comment. Don't come. Do not come, okay? All you need is a nose ring, long eyelashes on guys that's sexy. Hey, listen, it definitely used to work for me. Men always have the best brows and lashes. I have to go to the beauty supply store. Right, that's crazy, right? Like, us guys, we're the ones end up with like these long lashes and stuff like that, and then the ladies got to go pick them up from the Asian people. All right, watch you every day from Oakland. What up, Lynn? All day. Long live Pac. Yay, yay. No, that's not that's something. That's that's yay, yay. That's Ice Cube and all them. Anyway, what would present Marcus say? What would present Marcus say to younger Marcus? Would younger Marcus be satisfied with present day Marcus? That is such an awesome question. Paul parents, you coming up because you've been making some good. You've been making good comments. I've been noticing your comments, and you're paying attention, and that's a really great question. Before I get to that question though, let me answer Copper's question. So let me see if I can find it real quick. Did the male twin stick to his new name, Robert? No, he's going by Jaden still. Why do Atlanta hate outsiders? Because y'all came in and messed up the traffic and the prices. All right. The transplant destroyed New York City culture also. I'm trying to see if I can get to the thing about Dominique. Okay, so Copper or Open, if you're still here, re-ask the question about Dominique. My bad, but I can't find it. Would present day Marcus would younger Marcus be happy with present day Marcus? Younger Marcus, if I could go back in time, in the time machine right now, and go back to 18-year-old Marcus, or let's say 20-year-old Marcus, because that was a point to where I had just left Howard University. I was there for 2 years, and I decided I wanted to come back home. One, because my girlfriend was here in Atlanta, and two, because I just missed the culture of home. I love Atlanta. As y'all can see, I named my channel after everything else. I don't sound like I'm from Atlanta, right? Because I wasn't born here. But sometimes those be the people that love the city the most, because I grew up here from the age of 5. And everything about this city, I just love, man. I just do. Love the culture, love everything about it. And so, at 20, I was moving back here. I was going to Georgia State. And I was back home with mom, right? I spent 2 years living on my own up in DC, back home at mom's house. And, it was kind of in a down place because at the end of my sophomore year at Howard, I got offered this really just exclusive internship. This kind of like really high-powered internship that mostly only juniors and seniors receive. I'm telling the story wrong. That was after my freshman year. So never mind about that internship. Because I had basically been offered an internship that only juniors and seniors got. But I had got it my freshman year. But that's a whole nother story. Long story short, I came back home. I was back home. I was waiting tables at Steak and Ale. I don't know if y'all remember Steak and Ale, but there was a steak restaurant called Steak and Ale that was right there in downtown Atlanta. And I was working there, and I was going to school at the same time. And, I just didn't know what I wanted to do at that point. I had changed my major twice already, and that was like just going into my 3rd year of college. I changed my major twice. And I didn't have a clue about kind of what my life would look like or anything like that. And so if I was to go back in time and tell myself, like, hey, when you're 42 years old, this is what your life is going to look like. You're going to be living in Midtown in a, nice enough spot, right? You're going to have 2 teenage daughters. They're going to be beautiful. They're going to love you. They're going to be your best friends. They're going to be your biggest critics or the people that make fun of you the most. They are going to just be the absolute loves of your life. Okay? And also, the way that you're going to be making money is you're going to be on this thing called YouTube. I know you don't know what it is yet, but it's a thing that's coming, and it's called YouTube. And you're going to be recording people on your phone. Yeah, I know that the phones don't have flat screens yet, but they're coming. Okay, so you're going to be recording people on your phone who are homeless and who have really amazing stories, and you're going to be sharing those stories with the world, and you're going to be able to earn money from doing that. I would have been like, what's YouTube? Like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean I can record things on my phone? These phones suck. Have you seen these phones? Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, I would have not known what the hell I was talking about. But I gotta tell you, man, I'm so happy with who I am and who I turned out to be. Even with my flaws. Even with my flaws. Like, y'all famously know that I'm not perfect. I'm not. I have certainly done some things that, you know, when you hear it just said out loud, it makes you cringe. I'll be honest, it makes you cringe. And I'm just not extremely proud of that stuff. But that's the beauty of life. Life isn't meant to be perfect. People try to make it look perfect so that they can seem like they have it together to others, but I'd rather y'all just know I'm fine with it. I'm good with talking about it. I'm good with, hey, my stuff comes out, it comes out. Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to tell you something. That's the beauty of life. See, here's the truth, right? Now, I don't share this with a lot of people because a lot of y'all, this is going to go over a lot of y'all's head. You're probably going to say, oh, Marcus is crazy or whatever like that. I don't know. But there is strong parts of me at a cellular level. So at the cellular level, at the granular level, there's parts of me that almost know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I've lived multiple lives before. And that the one thing that I kind of remember is not a thing, but I remember basically saying, you got to enjoy this while it's here. This thing called life, enjoy it while you have it, because it may be another 1,000 or another 1,000,000 years before your particular soul gets another re-go at life, right? Because I believe we have multiple lives that we live, right? And I really honestly believe that older parts of me that have been here before are talking to me, like I say, through my cells, and telling me to live. And living is not just making it so that people don't make fun of you or that people don't see you in a negative light. Living is living. Living has ups, it has downs. You may go left, you may go right, and everything in between. But before you worry about what anybody got to say about your life, live and enjoy it, because once it's gone, you're going to be in the Absu, which, if you know about the Anunnaki and all that stuff, you know what the Absu is. You're going to be in heaven. You're going to be in whatever it is that you think the place is that you're at when your soul and your body separate. You're going to be there waiting for another physical reincarnation for thousands of years. For thousands of years, if not longer than that. And you're going to be patiently waiting and almost begging for your next go at it. And your next go at it, while you're back in that place to where you're separated from the body, you're telling yourself, all right, next time I got to live, I got to do this, I got to do that. You don't remember any of that stuff once you get into another physical, amalgamation of your soul. Once you get into that new physical body as a baby, you don't remember any of that stuff. But at a cellular level, I remember thinking these things. Yep. At a cellular level, I remember thinking like, man, listen, live life. Live it. Don't hide. Don't be afraid. Don't be overly invested in what the crowd thinks, what everybody thinks. Live your life. Live your life, because they got to live theirs, and whatever they choose to do with theirs, that's on them. But you live your life. And so, listen, man, I've done things that, like I say, even when I say them out loud, or I hear people say them out loud, I cringe at. But guess what? That doesn't define me. That's not the totality of who I am. And who gives a F what y'all think? It's just the truth. Who gives a F? Like, people can think whatever they want to think. The truth is that if you go into their closet, the amount of bones that will fall out, you'll be buried in bones. You'll be buried in bones. So the same people who are usually the loudest when it comes to critiquing other people and pointing out their flaws, man, those people are the worst people. They have the most shit in their closet, the most bad things in their past that they don't want anybody to know about, and have the nerve to project that energy onto other people. All right, so it is what it is, man. Like, I don't worry about what people say, but yeah, I have famously done things I'm not the proudest about, but even in doing those things, I would still, like, if I was to go in a time machine, I would tell myself to not change anything. Not change anything. The only thing I maybe would change is I would say, listen, when Shakima tells you about Bitcoin in 2009, when Shakima tells you there's this new thing called Bitcoin, and at the time, Bitcoin cost a quarter, 25 cents for a Bitcoin, I would tell myself to just spend $100 on Bitcoin. That's it. And to not to hide the wallet until 2026. All right, 2026. Okay, so because I wouldn't want to change anything that's happened, but I would want to, by the time 2026 comes, have like some like crypto wallet that like I didn't know about, or somebody left to me, or somebody died and it was like, my last dying wish is I want Marcus to have this crypto wallet, and it's got like a gajillion dollars in it, right? That would be awesome. Okay, but besides that, I wouldn't change anything. I definitely wouldn't change anything. None of the mistakes, none of anything. It's all kind of led me to the place where I'm at and the person that I am, and I love me. I love me. So, all right. So I'm sure that YouTube is about to trip because I'm about to head down to closer to my house, and so, I don't know. Like, I don't know. They must have had like an update or something a while ago. They must have had an update or something to where like whenever the reception kind of clicks out, it doesn't allow me to come back online. And for what I see, once I start to see the numbers start to go down dramatically, I know like, oh, the live is ended, or it's on repeat or whatever it is. So anyway, all right, listen, I love y'all. I do. I know I say that. Don't take it in jest though, because I do. I love when I can just talk. This is like a form of, this is cheaper than going to my therapist and probably more effective. You know what I'm saying, to be honest with you. So, I appreciate y'all tapping in, listening to me, all that good stuff. Be on the lookout because we got good content coming. Y'all are gonna, I believe y'all are gonna love the Tony Ileana ones. So that's coming up. And then also the Grisel Blanco niece one. And I've just got other ones. I've got a couple of ones that were from nighttime interviews that they were okay. So I didn't post them yet because they was just mid, but I'm gonna post them eventually. Let's see. All right, Brown Eye, that's another thing. Brown Eye, I'm gonna go ahead and hide you from the channel, man. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hide you from the channel. All right, because stop saying my full name. Stop doing all that shit. Like all that weirdo shit, I'm just gonna start blocking people. So even if you come in here under John Jay or this person or that person or all the 50 different avatars you have and handles that you have, I'm just gonna block all of them. From now on, miss me with that bullshit. Get out of my chat, screaming out people's full name, saying ridiculous stuff. Just go away. At this point, I don't need you here. I don't want you here. I don't want you to watch my content. If you choose to watch it, that's on you, but you ain't gonna get the comment. And if you get on another handle, you make a bullshit comment, it won't be up for long. So you're just gonna be wasting your time. So I want to cultivate a slightly different crowd because the majority of my crowd is good people. Let me say that. If the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. So if this don't apply, let it fly. The majority of my crowd are good people. But there are some weirdos. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do everything I can to get rid of the weirdos. Okay? Get rid of the weirdos. That weirdo energy is done. Over with. Okay? All right. Toya Too Real, I appreciate you. Appreciate all the compliments. Have a good, safe day. Ancestors work for my... Okay. See, but this is YouTube verticals. I ain't worried about that. You cause many persons supposed to be free themselves in the process. God bless you, bro. Appreciate that. Welcome, Green. How tall am I? 5'5". Work for me. He weird for real. All right, this Fluffy Dragons person, whoever that person is, we're going to go ahead and get them up out of here. He weird for real. Oh, you talking about Brown Eye, right? Yeah, that dude, man. Like, you know, and I try to have patience with people because if you're a weirdo like that, I can only imagine, like, how much you suffer in real life. Thank God for places like the internet so that some of these people can, like, be, like, kind of, I ain't gonna say anonymous, but, like, we don't really know who you are. Like, because if we were to actually really see you in person, we'd probably ignore the hell out of you. Or probably just think, oh, look at that loser. Or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, we certainly wouldn't give you an audience so you can troll or do any of that stuff. But when it's YouTube, because of the nature of YouTube, which is different from Facebook and Instagram, where you kind of have to show yourself a little bit, okay? You can be anonymous on Instagram, but you know what I mean. Like, it's way more anonymous on YouTube. And so you can come out here, pop your ish, and nobody may know who the hell you are. Well, that's fine, but not on this platform no more. Okay? So take that weirdo energy and go somewhere else with it, all right? Okay. Who you talking about? This troll that I have named Brown Eye. Okay? All right. I love watching you. I appreciate that. Just joined what's happening. I just had to get on a couple folks, man, but no biggie. All right. Have you been to DC? Of course. I went to Howard University. The real HU, in case it's any of my Hampton people up in here. All right. I went to the real HU, Howard University. All right. Stomp them pom-poms out. Right. Stop being, hey, he's not, hey, Arnold. Let this man be. Salute to Marcus. Make me a mod. I'll keep the weirdos at bay. Okay, Champion Heart. I might do that for real because I've seen you in the chat a lot. Hey, Marcus from Seattle, Washington. Let's see. Is this Black Santa? Again, that's probably just a YouTube vertical person, so I ain't worried about that. All right. The tree is just as good as the smoothie. The tree is definitely going to be good. Why you keep asking about it, Conseco? All right, god dang. We got to shout everything out, okay? So true muggers hate themselves and come here trying to pass that energy. Right. Like, you're a weirdo. We know you're a weirdo. Just go head on, man. Go be weird somewhere else. Okay, I felt like that's weak for people to come commenting behind fake page. Yeah, and that's all they do. They never do it on a page where you'll know who they are. See, me, people know who I am. I'm out here. Not only am I out here, I'm out in the streets. Like, you know where I film at. The landmark is right there. So people literally can pull up on me. I'm one of the least hidden people on YouTube, okay? So you know, all these weirdos and weird stuff that they do and want to hide behind these anonymous handles and all this shit. Like I say, man, God bless you, but I'm going to get you up out of here. I'm going to get you up out of here. All right? All right. Do you have any other monkey besides the one on camera? Again, this is YouTube vertical, so we ain't going to, you know. I took a nap out late. Is it someone you interviewed? Nah, it's a weirdo dude that has been following me for years and just, you know, he's just a weirdo. All right, anyway. All right, guys, I'm about to get on this second smoothie. Oh. What the fuck? Why is that so good? That is hitting so good. Like, y'all know I love ginger. I love sea moss. And I love pineapple juice. So that's pretty much what this is made of, is pineapple juice, peaches, so it's got peaches in it, mangoes, ginger, lemon juice, water, juice, and St. Lucia sea moss. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I know Toya. I know there's definitely a lot of people that love me. Like I say, I tell people all the time, man, like the internet is the internet, but in real life, mm-mm-mm. In real life, I'm loved out here in these streets. I get love every day. At this point, almost any side of town that I'm doing interviews on, it's almost a guarantee, unless I'm like in the cut or somewhere. If I'm somewhere that's visible and people can ride by and stuff like that, it's almost a guarantee that at some point in the interview, somebody's gonna pull up and be like, "What's up, Marcus? I watch all your stuff," and da 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 da, which is incredible to me because the interview is 20 minutes. So I'm out there, and in a quick little 20-minute time span, there's at least gonna be one person that's either gonna walk up or ride up and, you know, tell me that, hey, they rock with me, they love me, they watch the content, that kind of stuff. So it's awesome, man. It's awesome. All right. So I love it. Anyway, what is the name of the juice? Well, this is an Arden's Garden original. All right. And it's just tropical sea moss. Tropical sea moss. All right. What made you move to Atlanta? Well, my parents moved here when I was 5. So, I mean, I grew up here. But I love living in the city just because I'm a city boy. All right. You got some guys that are country guys, some guys that are city guys. I'm a city guy. I like tall buildings. I like hearing sirens every now and again. I like being around a lot of people at any given point. I love having a bunch of different food options available, and you know, I can go get a smoothie and go get this, go get that. I love that stuff. Okay. How was lunch with Ileana? It was a good lunch. I didn't eat, to be honest with you. I was interviewing the whole time. So I bought them lunch and I did interviews while the other person was eating. I did an interview with the other person. So that's kind of how that worked. Hopefully if you have families, you can come here, shy people can meet you. Toya to real, I got to get to Chicago. Like, I have to. So the good thing is that this year, my kids are going to be going to school right up the street from where I live. So they're not going to need me to be there every day. So if I want to take a trip during the middle of the week, I could take a road trip. I could take a flight. I could do any of the above. So what I was actually thinking about was not just doing road trip and then come back home, road trip and then come back home. I was thinking about doing like road trip here, then go there, then go there, then go there, then eventually come back home. So maybe be out for like 2 or 3 weeks type deal. So I'm still considering that. I don't know, but I'll let y'all know if that plan develops into something I'm actually do. Okay. So we getting an upload. Yeah, definitely gonna get an upload. I just gotta go home. Second, decompress, do what Conseco was talking about, and then I'm gonna get y'all a video uploaded. Okay. All right. Have you been to rural areas of Georgia? Of course. Like, listen, I had a job where I used to like basically manage the free phone program for my buddy. Okay, he has a marketing company, and the newest campaign he was doing at the time was the free phone company, free phone program. So I've been to a majority of the counties in Georgia. I've done free phones in a lot of them. And aside from Georgia, I've been to smaller towns in South Carolina as well as Alabama, right? But then when it came to outside of South Carolina, Georgia, and Alabama, when I would go to other places, I didn't necessarily go to the smaller towns. I went to the biggest cities. So like, for instance, if I went to Louisiana, I went to New Orleans. If I went to Missouri, I went to St. Louis. If I went to Indiana, I went to Indianapolis. If I went to Michigan, I went to Detroit. Okay. And so I would go there. Before I get there, I would put out a job ad on either Craigslist or there was another one at the time that I used to use a lot. I forget it, but I would put out an ad a couple weeks ahead of me going there so that I could get people to want to call and do the job. I would set it up so that they would be ready to meet when I got there. And then when I got there, I would train them on how to input people's stuff and, you know, give them the free phone. So I would get there, I would hire people, hire a team. I would choose one person to like be like the manager. And once they were trained up and I felt confident that they could do what they need to do without me being there, then I would leave and go to the next town. Okay. So that was my job. That was my job. And so I would be on the road a lot, enough, you know what I'm saying? Like I would come back home often, but I would be on the road often enough and be spending 2-3 weeks at a time on the road and just be out there, man, like from town to town, city to city. You know, sometimes by myself, sometimes it was just me and my brother, right? The same brother that y'all met. And then sometimes it would be me, my brother, and like a couple other guys, right? Shout out to my homie Nick, because sometimes it wasn't me and Malcolm. Sometimes it was me and Nick, right? So me and Nick, you know, Nick is my boy. Sometimes, a couple of times, it was me and my homie Dave from Detroit, right? So it would always be me and somebody, or me and a team, or like I say, at very first, it was me by myself. And I was a road warrior. I'd be on the road. You know, they would rent me a car and I would get a per diem that I would get as far as hotel and food expenditures. And I would be rocking it out. All right. Yep. So that's where I come from. So I'm all too used to getting on the road and traveling from city to city. So I haven't done that trip yet, but I'm going to do it at some point. And everywhere says that they're lit and have stories. So I got to just visit everywhere. I ain't going to discount not one person's city. Everywhere there are stories. That's what I know for a fact. So, yeah, I can't wait, man. Like, whatever town it is, I can't wait. All right. All American teasing us begging for that stuff. Yep. Interested in your daughters interview you, please. My daughters can interview me, but I don't know if they would be asking all the questions that y'all would want them to ask. So, you know, but yeah, maybe I'll ask them to interview me. All right. All right. Well, listen, man, I'm going to go. I now said I was going to go about 20 minutes ago, but I'm going to go so I can get these interviews up for y'all that I did do today. Just to reiterate, drama in that third Ileana and Tone interview. The drama. So if you love that, which I know y'all do, because y'all are messy. I know y'all love the messy stuff. So make sure you watch the first two so that you can have all the context for that third video. Okay? You can't find me on Facebook because they snatched my Facebook channel. We are in the process of getting it back. Hopefully I will have some good news on that front. Hopefully by next week. But I'm at this point, I'm waiting on them to contact me so that I can they can verify I am who I say I am, and I log in from Atlanta, and they can get my channel back going. When they clipped it, we was at 856,000 followers. So we were gonna be at 1 million probably by like the end of the year or so. So I'm looking forward to getting it back, getting everything back on track with that page so that we can work our way towards 1 million. And when I hit 1 million, big party, big old party. All right. Yeah, they snatched the Facebook channel. It was for some crazy stuff, but it's all good. We getting it back. All right. Yeah, no, we so the lady that I have running the channel, not only she did everything. So she's the one that's filled out all the paperwork, reached out to them, did everything. So not only has she reached out to them, she pays for an elevated status that allows her to have a dedicated rep. So we just were reaching out to them on Friday or Saturday. So I'm gonna wait maybe till like next, till this Friday or Saturday. I'm gonna give it like a week. If I don't hear anything, we'll reach back out. Then I'll give it a week. Then if I don't hear anything, we'll reach back out. That type of deal. Okay, that type of deal. So yeah, it sucks. I mean, it's a good thing that Facebook wasn't my only channel that, I was making money off of, because imagine if that was my bread and butter where I made all my money, and then they just clipped it for some bullshit reason and then didn't give it back once we got the reasoning straight. Like, come on, man, that's just dumb. All right, do programs reach out to you to help interviewees that really want help? No, they don't. So a guy on my last live, so if you go back on the live right before this, a guy pulled over and hit a U-turn in the middle of the street. He's like, "Oh, Marcus, what's up? I see you, da-da-da." Now, he got my number. We traded numbers because he says that he does homeless advocacy and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, great. I want these organizations to reach out to me. They just don't. And I ain't going to beg them to do it. I ain't going to beg them to do it because they know my channel. They see what's going on. Like, so aside from anything that you may not agree with as far as my past behaviors or this, that, and third, or the questions I ask or this, that, and the third, why don't you just reach out to help? If we can do some good working together, let's just do some good. What the fuck you worried about all this other bullshit? Because, see, here's the thing. I don't have to worry about red tape. I don't need to get nobody's permission to do anything. I don't have to go to a board of directors or anything like that. So, you know, if you see somebody on my channel and they could use some help, help them. You don't even got to reach out to me. You don't have to collaborate to me. Just help them. I don't ever need to know about it. How about that? But if anybody's watching that's from any of those organizations and you happen to see this, help the people. That's what you get paid to do. That's what you get government grants for. I don't get any government grants. I don't get a salary. I don't get a guaranteed paycheck. I got to go out and work and get mine. And I don't guarantee, I have nothing guaranteed. It ain't guaranteed you're going to watch the next video. So these folks that are getting a paycheck, working for these nonprofits, the nonprofits are getting grants from the government. Help. Do the most help you could do. And if you see someone on my channel that can use the help, reach out to them. You ain't got to go through me. Reach out to them. All right. So that's pretty much where I'll end it, man. But yeah, that's yeah, I wish they did reach out more. Okay, I do. So anyway, love y'all. Like I said, love y'all, love y'all, love y'all. I'm gonna go relax for a little bit and then get this video up, this first Tony Ileana video. I'm gonna try to get all 3 of them up tonight. I'm gonna try to get all 3 of them up tonight. Don't hold me to it, but I'm gonna try to. Okay. All right. I love y'all. Love you, love you, love you. And I'll see y'all later.